Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! I'm YouTube famous. Now. Okay, I really didn't think I was gonna make a second video today. I was sitting here and I was uploading my videos. I had just done my booktube video for the day, and I started a new channel, and it's called Peterisms, and it's all stories from my life. And, you know, every day that I make a video for that channel, it kind of reminds me of, like, who I am, really, you know, in my heart and soul and what I believe. And a lot of those beliefs are kind of bleeding into my, to this channel. I was gonna say my other channel, but to this channel, you know, and I've always loved making people laugh. And on top of that, I like people to learn from the mistakes that I've made in my life, you know? And honest to God, the reason I didn't say, the reason I said I didn't think I'd be making this video today, and I'm not gonna edit it out, I'm not gonna stop it because I'm stumbling over my words, just what I say is what I say, okay? And I just like, listen, just put this out there into the world, let it be what it is. And you know, I wouldn't have made this video or any videos about John Cookian for a really, really long time. I was very, very afraid of John. And I've said that in previous videos, I don't need to belabor the point. I don't need to keep on, you know, beating a dead horse. I felt threatened by him indirectly. He had made this video. I thought my whole channel is gonna be taken down. I was very, very scared of him. He put all of these lies out into the world, all of these things that were not true. He's never yet, to this day, taken responsibility for it. I even did a video last year on my sobriety date of December 17th. I did not monetize the video. And I took responsibility for some actions that I had had with all of the drama channels, and I directly spoke to each of the drama channels in that video. The only two people that have never responded to me in that video, or since I made that public apology, is Karina Kaboom and John Cookian, and neither one of them owe me that, okay? And I'm not gonna get into any relationship issues with Karina or whatever. Like, I'm gonna say what I wanna say. And going forward, just so y'all know, like, I'm gonna say what I wanna say in my videos. I am not gonna be afraid of anybody. I'm not gonna feel threatened. If I make a video and people don't like it because they don't like my opinion, I think we all have a right to our opinion. And I think that that is a magical place of, you know, where we're at in the world today, is that everybody can have an opinion, and we don't always have to agree with that. But, you know, like, be open to somebody else's opinion. Be open to what somebody else has to say. And what has been so scary to watch this whole thing go down, because for the last year, I have completely stayed out of the world of John Cookian. I literally have not watched his videos. I don't go to his Twitter, anything, until like the last month when this Cookian Cosmetics stuff came out. And I was thinking about this today, and I was talking to a friend of mine, and I said, you know, I don't know what I'm gonna make a video about today. And so I started talking, and we were talking about, like, you know, interactions that we had had with John, and I said, you know, I could make this video and kind of explain what I went through and why it's so important for me to make these videos. Because, see, here's the deal, okay? Since Cookian Cosmetics came out a week ago, there have been an upwards of 20 or 30, maybe more, new drama channels that have come out that are all getting 2,000 and 3,000 subscribers. They're all saying what everybody else is saying. They're all getting the receipts. My social media, you guys, I'm literally inundated with just non-stop direct messages of John blocking people, of John, you know, like, saying mean things. And I have direct messages where he is talking about me to other people. I mean, on and 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 on. Ingredients, receipts about ingredients. People are sending me, you know, people are sending me that they got their money back. I want to be fair. So people are sending me that they got, you know, their money reimbursed. Now people are saying that they got charged too much, on and on and on. I don't know what the truth is. I don't know what the truth isn't. I will not sit here and say that I will never make another video about John Cookian, because I don't know what's going to come up, okay? But what I will say is that I don't want to talk about the cosmetic stuff right now. It's not interesting to me. For all of those guys, you guys out there that want to make those drama videos, I watch them, okay? Like, if they're funny, I watch them. If they're real, I watch them. But if it's just out of the intent of, like, I'm going to do this because I don't watch them, like, to be honest with you. But the whole thing to me is a bigger picture than that. You know, John, I was the first one that John, like, other than the beauty gurus, I was the first one that John really, really came for, okay? With this calculated, and it is calculated, manipulative, and it is manipulative, course of action to take somebody down, okay? And that needs to be known. Now, when he was done with me, he moved on to other people, okay? And that has been evidenced. And, you know, the whole cookie cult thing that went around, and there were videos that started being made about that, the people that followed John were more threatening than John himself. And I never understood why, and he finally did at some point, but for a long time never got on video and said, I do not want my people to behave this way. And so basically he was condoning that behavior to other people, and you know, they were threatening, I mean, horrific things to people, okay? And, you know, you can go out there and search all of those videos. The amount of, you know, suffering that people have had at the hands of all of this is just absolutely unbelievable, right? And, you know, that for me was why I stayed away. Not because I had no interest in John anymore, not because of that. I was actually, you know, I liked John when I first met him. His videos were very cute and interesting, and they were like, hey, this college kid, and, you know, he's doing stuff with his friends, and I was like, I like these. These are like a lot of other people that I watch out there. But then there became a point where it became cruel in his videos, and it started becoming very much like, I'm going to attack certain people, like Jeffree Star became like this point for him, that I'm going to take this man down at any cost, and calling him names. And then it even got to another level where it was talking about STI clinics with people, and it was really kind of like, ooh, like, you know, like, okay, that was funny, but now it's like, it's not cute, it's not funny anymore, it's cruel, you know, and the power has gotten to your head. And that was when I would kind of like see the tweets about stuff, and I was like, oh, missed that bullet. You know, okay, only one video with 150,000 views about me, missed that bullet. But a lot of people didn't. And a lot of people really were hurt by John. And these are people that really loved John, and really, you know, and they can go on and say how hurt they were. And they talked about it in, you know, moderators of his comment sections, and, you know, 16-year-old girls. And a lot of you guys out there are sending me messages now saying like, I loved John so much. I loved John so much. I've been thinking a lot in the last couple days, you know, that I think it's important that people that are new subscribers to John really understand the ugliness that he put out there into the world. And if you don't believe me, there are countless videos out there that you can go watch that have evidence in it, facts, okay? I'm not going to sit in here and I'm not going to do that. The purpose of this video is not to show you what a manipulative and calculating human being he is, which he is, okay, or which he has been in the past. My video is for this purpose alone. That I, a lot of times in my videos, try to give suggestions. I try to give advice. And I know John isn't going to do this, but just to put it out there in the world, you know, somebody asked me, what would you like to see from this? And actually somebody on Instagram, and I should read the message, but I can't remember, they said, I hope this for John. And what they said is that they hope that he sees this as a learning experience, and that he takes some ownership over what's going on, and, you know, that he becomes a better person, and he on the other side. And every time I've said that to somebody in the last week, they said to me, that'll never happen, that'll never happen, that'll never happen. Well, really, the decision lies with John. The decision on what his life looks like and who he becomes relies on him. I think at this point we know John will never become the makeup mogul that he hopes to be. I think at this point he has, you know, hurt so many people that his YouTube career is questionable at best. But do I think it's savable? Absolutely. John did an apology video, I think, like, this was the summer, so it would have been in June. So, in the end of June, he did an apology video, and he came on and he took no responsibility for any of his behaviors, and in fact, he pointed the finger at, here for the T. Thought it was a very interesting apology video. If John got on video and humbled himself enough to have a little chit-chat with the people that watch his videos, as he refers to them, and wasn't bullshitty, and wasn't manipulative, and wasn't calculating, and actually got on camera and owned his shit, like once and for all, like I did last December, owned his shit, he would be able to rise above this. And, you know, the difference between me and him and where I was a year ago and where I am now has nothing to do with the fact that I'm not afraid of him anymore, which I'm not, or that I don't feel threatened by him anymore, which I don't, or that I'm doing my own thing. It has to do with the fact that I took ownership over my actions, of which were very little anyway, and I really did no harm. But I felt like I needed to clean my side of the street to move on, and I've been able to do that. And with any of us in life, we have to clean our side of the street. We have to take ownership over our behaviors and our actions and how we've affected other people, and only then are we allowed a second chance to come clean. John needs to do that. not just to his subscribers, not just to his viewers, but for himself. You know, if he doesn't do this, will he continue to be successful? Sure. Do I think he'll pull the views in drama videos? Sure. But over time, probably what will happen is that people will lose interest in him. He won't seem that funny. His humor will turn into cruelty to a lot of people, and people will age out and drop off. This 12 to 18-year-old mentality of who's a lot of the watchers of John will eventually fall off, and they won't think it's cute anymore, and they won't really care. So, you know, if he wants to stay in the game, it's time to save his ass a little bit. And, you know, not only for the videos, not only for the makeup company, if he wants to have any chance with that, you know, I cannot tell you. It's like so interesting to me, like the amount of direct messages I get. Since John put out this hour video where he talks about all this biology and stuff, I didn't watch it. And not because I have no interest in John, because I have no interest in watching an hour-long video where somebody talks about the biology of makeup that they know nothing about, right? And I know that for a fact because I cannot tell you the countless amounts of science teachers for high school and biology professors in college that contacted me that said that John was talking in that video like a 9th grader talking about biology incorrectly. I can't tell you the amount of 10th grade students that contacted me and told me that John didn't know what he was talking about in that video. So to continue to sit on video and act like you're something that you're not is completely bogus bullshit. And it's like everybody sees it, and this is what kills me the most, right? This is why I don't understand, is that people allow him to get away with it. You know, Gigi Gorgeous, she posts a picture with a baby, and I covered this story, okay? Saying something to the effect of being a surrogate. John Cookian hurts tons and tons of people, blocks them. The amount of people that have messaged me about being blocked, like, is so many more than the people that are not following his channel a day. And if you like him, follow him. I'm not going to tell you not to follow his channel. You know, John said in his comment to me that every time I talk about him, I'm driving, you know, traffic to his website. And I think that's great. If you guys want to go do your own investigations, you should. You know, I've often thought to myself, because weirder things have happened, if John reached out and talked to me, first of all, he believes that I am the most evil person on the face of the world. Somehow he has convinced himself of that. I'm not a person that won't forgive somebody. You know, forgiveness is for me, not for the other person. And I need to have freedom from my past. And so I have no problem forgiving people. But there is a difference between forgiving and forgetting. That would have been such a profound moment, wouldn't it? There's a difference between forgiving and forgetting. No, but, you know, I remember, like, this is such a corny story and the way to tell it, but you ever watch things and, like, you grab certain moments? I remember watching The Hills, and it was when Lauren and Heidi Montag, it was like the very end of a season, and Heidi said, "Can you ever forgive me?" And Lauren looked at her, Elsie looked at her, and she said, "I can forgive you, but I'll never forget." And, you know, it's very similar to how I feel of what's happened to me in the past with John. But I would be completely open to that conversation. I think that everybody deserves 2nd and 5th and 9th chances in life. I think everybody deserves to clean up their act and move forward. I wish for one thing for John, and that is a better future. I hope he remains teachable and he learns from these behaviors and these things that have happened. I hope that he learns that anything in life is correctable. And I can promise you this is not the worst thing that will ever happen to John in his life. It just isn't. There are much worse things. Like getting a call that your mother is going to be dead within 4 hours on a Tuesday afternoon, you know, or having to put your dog to sleep, or, you know, finding out that a good friend of yours has a very, very serious illness. There are 10 times worse things than the fact of, you know, John Cookian's makeup world or what's happened. But to him, it's very, very serious. And I wish the best from him. I hope he remains teachable. I hope he learns from this. And if he ever wants to reach out and talk to me, I'm totally open to that conversation. And I'm not saying that a lot wouldn't have to happen for us to move forward. And I have no desire to be John Cookian's friend ever again, because I've learned the lesson the hard way. But I do think that everybody deserves redemption and forgiveness. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later.